Okay, so having watched this very recently, a couple of days ago in fact, I thought it'd be a good time to review Thor, which makes this the first one of these. That's right, Thor is the 2011 motion picture from Paramount Pictures and Marvel Studios. It's an adaptation of the comic book Thor and the hero Thor himself from the Marvel Universe. It's directed by Kenneth Branagh and stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor himself. It's the, I think, third film in the Avengers continuity after Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 2. All very good films. Again, it's got something to do with Paramount and Marvel being in charge, I think. I think they've made the best of the Marvel bunch. This is the fourth film in that series. Yes, S.H.I.E.L.D. are in it. Yes, it ties into Iron Man and Hulk in many ways. And yes, it is very good. Now, if you don't want any spoilers, don't watch this review, go and see the film and then come back to this review because I'm going to talk about things that happen in it, so brace yourself! The film centres around the Kingdom of Asgard, which is one of the 9 realms, along with Midgard, our own realm. Technically Midgard is Earth. And at the moment in Asgard, after years of peace with other realms, specifically one inhabited by the Frost Giants, Odin, the All-Father, is giving his kingliness to his son Thor over his other son Loki. Loki's played by Tom Hiddleston and Odin's played by Anthony Hopkins, and they're both, well, I'll get to them individually in a bit. Now, at the moment of Thor's crowning, 3 Frost Giants break into a very well-guarded weapons cache, I suppose, weapons vault in Asgard, which contains a very dangerous artifact that the Frost Giants want back. The mystery kicks in because everyone's wondering who has let them in. There's got to be a traitor somewhere in Asgard that can give them the access. However, Thor, in his arrogant ways, gathers up his friends, the Warriors 3 and Sif, who are so brilliant, and Loki, and they go across to the realm of the Frost Giants to challenge them, to basically call out whoever did it. Unfortunately for them, the Frost Giants see this as an act of war and immediately start attacking Thor and the gang, and then declare war on Asgard when they manage to escape thanks to Odin's intervention. As punishment, Thor is completely stripped of his powers and is sent to Midgard, Earth, our realm. To live as a mortal, I guess, he's got nothing. However, his hammer, Mjolnir, is sent to Earth for him to find once he is worthy of being the King of Asgard. Meanwhile on Earth, Jane Foster, along with Eric and Darcy, are studying astronomical events. And there's been a certain thing occurring in New Mexico where there's been lots of thunder and whatnot. So of course they are exploring and studying it. And then one night they go right into the heart of the storm and crash into a bearded man who's ranting and raving about being a mighty being. Now, I won't go too far into what happens next, but S.H.I.E.L.D. get involved, including Agent Coulson from Iron Man and Iron Man 2, looking after Mjolnir and the site where it's being kept. Loki discovers that he's descendant from the Frost Giants, so immediately begins some sort of personal journey where he's not sure whether or not he should stick to Asgard's rule or overthrow Asgard and his father. Odin goes into the Odin Sleep, a period of rest where he is completely inactive, so Asgard is open to attack. And of course Thor has to, I don't know, quell his arrogance a bit, and along the way starts to get a few feelings for Jane Foster, who in return gets feelings for him. Highlights of the film for me include the battle sequences, all fantastically directed. The drama of Asgard itself, Kenneth Branagh was a spot-on choice for director for this film, because though he seems a bit left of field for a blockbuster action movie, he's delivered it in spades. From the very beginning, they say to you, right, these are gods. No, we're not messing around. These are gods. They just give you the fact, hope that you settle on it, hope you accept it, and then deliver the goods. One of the best things I found out about Thor is that apparently the story was helped along during the pre-production by J. Michael Straczynski, I hope I got his name right there, who wrote the most current resurgence of Thor, most recent one of the last couple of years, which is one of my favourite comic books of all time, is JMS's run on Thor. So it was nice to see him mix in the humour of gods meets small-town America. Brilliantly played. The Warriors 3 and Sif, not enough of them in the film, but they are fantastic, such a great part of it. It's great to see Volstagg especially, one of my favourite characters, on camera, played by Ray Stevenson, the Punisher. That's got to sort of create some kind of paradox in the Marvel Universe somewhere. The main cast are all wonderfully, well, cast. Chris Hemsworth starts off kind of cheesy as Thor, but sinks into it very quickly, and you immediately can't picture any other actor playing the part. Anthony Hopkins is Odin, gives it some proper weighty drama and gravitas. Natalie Portman is just wonderful and adorable as Jane. She's brilliant, and you immediately connect with her. She's the most relatable character in there. Stellan Skarsgård, whose name sounds like an Asgardian god anyway, is a brilliant Eric and a very warm character. He's the sort of the Uncle Ben, if you will, of this movie. Kat Dennings as Darcy. The character should be annoying because she's full of pop culture references and quirky comebacks. However, she just proves to be incredibly funny and very sweet, and Kat Dennings is gorgeous. Probably going to get in trouble off my girlfriend for saying that, but she is. Big spoiler alert, there's even a cheeky cameo from Hawkeye, which is preluding to the Avengers, and there's lots of mentions of events going on regarding to what's happening in The Incredible Hulk, which I imagine happens at the same time as this film, and there's mentions to Stark tech, especially when the Destroyer armor arrives, and S.H.I.E.L.D. are kind of like, is this one of Tony's things? But then they find out it's not, because it's kind of evil. Okay, drawbacks. Drawbacks to Thor. There are a few. Tom Hiddleston is the main one. Now, he's not exactly miscast as Loki, but the choice of Loki's story being that of him discovering that he's descended from the Frost Giants and making him too, not relatable, but obviously sympathetic, making Loki too sympathetic a character, though great drama, is very against the comics. I mean, we kind of relate to Loki in very tiny ways, but he's the god of mischief, the god of chaos. We're supposed to really see him as the villain, and to be honest, there was no clear villain in this movie. That was the biggest drawback for me overall, the fact that they didn't feel like there was a clear villain. The Frost Giants were clearly bad guys, and very creepy, very well performed as well. The effects of the movie didn't overshadow the story, which is always a good point. However, when you are in Asgard, you do feel like you're in some bizarre crossover between Lord of the Rings and the Smurfs. It's just this very strange rainbow world, which again, yeah, that's part of the mythology and part of the comics. But seeing that realised, I think the humour of the film helped it be a little more believable, this mystical realm. If the film had been a straight-up action flick, like if it had gone down the road of, say, X-Men films, I guess, which are more sort of straightforward action and drama, it would have seemed so ridiculous. As it happens, it only seems a bit ridiculous. There's a few too many endings. It kind of ends about 3 times, and it ends open-ended though overall, which is a good feature because it does feel like there is something still to come, which we all know is Joss Whedon's such a good choice, The Avengers. So I can't wait to see that all come into play. So, to round it up, Thor, fantastic direction, brilliant action sequences, very funny, lovely characters, for the most part, brilliantly cast, and a fantastic trail for what's to come in The Avengers. So I've got to say, I'm going to give Thor, without hesitation, 4 out of 5 stars. 4 stars for Thor. Tell me what you think of the film when you've seen it down below in the comments section. I'm going to be reviewing more films in the coming months. I could review films that have already been out and that are on DVD and Blu-ray now, if you want me to review them. So, put your requests for reviews down there. Toys, films, games, albums, you name it. Tell me what you thought of Thor. I'll see you later. I should probably come up with some kind of dramatic exit. Oh, look over there! There's a picture of Thor!